Let's give her a shot of ether. Power cord just came off. Basically, the battery terminal was bad, so I had to go to Napa. Like that ether. Hydraulics are froze up. There's just all these issues with this thing, man. This is kind of probably similar size to what it's rocking with AGT. Hey, this is what we were after all that way. I got about 320 bucks in the pair of these, but that'll get the tractor moving again. Big shout out to Ahern Equipment. We're out in Spencer, Mass. I mean, I was just looking at the map. I'm like 2.5 hours from Andrew's place. I guess I'll head out and see what Camarad has been up to. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. I know he's been working on that castle. The front of it's looking pretty sweet, so if you follow his Instagram, I'm sure you've seen it. But I'm excited to check that out. That spot back there, I was like, man, that'd be a great spot for a coffee shop. It's a Starbucks now. that parking lot. So somebody saw it. Somebody else saw that too. Pretty sure I just spotted Andrew already. I just called him, he didn't answer, but positive that's him right there. Yep, that's the man. Just bumped into Andrew. I guess his, I don't know what lady friend was up here visiting, and he was trying to fly her home, but she couldn't make her flight, so something happened. So she's got an extra night. 3.5 hours talking to, well, 4 hours now, talking to a different character. Learning about a lot of what I just learned about kind of really sparks off some of the feelings that I felt all along the way, that, hey, some of the stuff is off. Basically, dude's a piece of shit. And I kind of knew that. But learning all this. Village Diner. If you're ever in Saugerties, the place is great for breakfast. Probably the last time I'll eat here, though. You ever, like, think you're living a dream, and then you come to find out it's a nightmare? That's what working for Andrew Camarad is like. There's so much, like, mystical wonder about, oh, the Catskills and this beautiful castle and being rich and famous from YouTube, and as somebody would say, every castle has its dungeon. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and service the hydraulic fluid. It's got a lot of water in it. It's also low. The pump's whining quite a bit. You guys want to see this? Looks like he's had this open before because there's a leak over here. Is this water? No, it's diesel. No, that's great. Got diesel leak. I don't know why the diesel is leaking. There must be a... Why is it coming out of that? Huh. Is this the fuel line? Yeah. Well, I guess we'll deal with that too. Oh, look at all the water. Oh, that is not good. Let's pull the dipstick here. Where is it? Oh. some milk. A bit more here than I thought there'd be. You see it right here, but there's a big bolt. That is a filter, so we're gonna go ahead and yank that out. And you can see what that looks like. Yucky. On the front of the axle here, there's a filter for the hydraulic fluid. Let's go ahead and change that out. It literally froze and distorted the metal on the inside. Look at the inside of this. Look, you can't really, hard to tell, but the inside of this is all wrapped and warped, and that's because this was so full of water this froze. I'm just gonna try pouring a little clean stuff through it before I go commit to filling it. I got the drain plug out still. Oh yeah, yep, looks good. Watch this line right here. I go all the way up with this thing. That's gotta be fixed. Well, that's good. I thought it was the ram, but I guess it's just the hose. I guess before I run down there, let's try to get this fuel line figured out. There we go. Got ourselves a barb here. Oh, it does fit. Nice. All right. Hypothetically, should be good. Nice and black. There we go. There we go. There's a buddy I used to argue with about this. He would always say that you need to put clean oil on the O-ring, and my instructor always said put dirty oil on there because the grit in the dirty oil helps it not get stuck or something like that. know if you're aware of this. I think I kind of knew it, but I wasn't thinking about it, and I had Super Tech on hand. So anyways, it's got 2 quarts of Super Tech in it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just fire it up, let it run for like 15 minutes and let that cycle through it. And then I went to Walmart, picked up some of this Rotella T6, which has a different rating for diesel engines. I guess API service CK4, where this is just, I think Super Tech was like API S or something like that. Look how black it is. We could even put a little smidge more, I guess. There. Much better. I feel like this is gonna be yucky looking. Yep. Surprise, surprise. Alright, let's do the other side. There we go. Good and milky. Now, make sure you leave the vent on the opposite side open so that this will actually drain in and not build pressure and do what I just did, just make a huge mess. Well, starting to play with this, and I lifted the bed up with the bucket of the tractor, and I was reminded about the hydraulic leak that I need to address. This is the hose we want right here. And that is the section that we want to replace. Seems to leak right out of there, so there we go. Come on, get loose. There we go. I mean, look at the difference in the, you know, just coming out of that. Oh my God. Do the same thing over. Well. It sure looks like it's coming out right there. Oh, this one's just slightly longer. Back from Napa with another hose. I mean, to recap, I had to rims and tires, change all the fluids, oil change. There's one, I did the 2 hoses there. What else did I do to this thing? Oh, I addressed the, it's got a wiring harness problem that needs to touch up still. I did fix it a little bit, but it still needs some work. Same thing with the alternator bracket. Definitely needs a seat still, but we gotta do the switches. But one thing I learned this weekend is, look at the bucket. The bucket needs some welding. It's almost cracked all the way through. Alright, that's what we're left with. Hopefully that holds for a while. Well, I'd say that it's all serviced. Let's go put it to work. Alright, we're going to put the tractor to work today. We're at my sister's house. She wants all this dirt moved over here to a low spot, so let's go ahead and do that. Well, this was taking quite a while, so they called in some backup, and they went and got some help. I think the tractor's gonna switch to smoothing, and this thing will switch to moving dirt. This thing's gonna make it quick work of that. Alright, a little update. We are working under the lights. I've got this thing pretty graded out, and